Hello, this is Hope Roski with Business, Arts, and Events. Well, do I have a place for you? A new business to check out in Northwest Fresno on the corner of Marks and Bullard, and it's called Resuscitated. And you wonder, why would a store be named Resuscitated? Well, there's a special reason, and today being 9/11, I think it's really great that we are able to have the brainchild behind Resuscitated, Kim Damico, on the show. Kim, welcome to the show.
Hi, Hope. Thanks for having me.
I have to tell you, it is a marketplace and thrift, and the money that goes for this from the sales part of the proceeds goes to emergency medical responders and their families, which I think, especially given a day like today, is essential. And I have to just give kudos to your store, because this dress I'm wearing, I've received so many compliments. Got it there. So just wanted to give a shout out to you there. But tell me, how did you get this started? And just looking at, people give to police and they give to fire, but EMTs, sometimes people don't think about what they're having to endure, which is really always 24/7 round the clock work.
Yes, I started in EMS in early 1990s down in LA, and then I moved up to the Central Valley, and I have spent 34 years of my life in EMS. I've moved up to the ranks to even district manager of an organization, and throughout that time we've had traumatic events that have affected our coworkers, to where we have found ourselves needing to raise funds to help with, whether it be unexpected medical bills or funeral services. So I found myself doing some fundraisers for that purpose. And so when I exited EMS a couple of years ago, I had always been planning on doing a nonprofit. And then after I exited a couple of years ago, I got real serious about it. And I started it in October, November of last year, and then by December it was finalized. And then I was also selling my thrift store finds and my estate sale finds at a little shop that I rented a shelf on, and that's where I met Laura and Megan. Laura McAtee, which she is a business partner in the store, and also so is Megan Poor.
Yes.
And we had dinner one day, and I said, I started this nonprofit, and I've always wanted to do a nonprofit thrift store, but it's very difficult to get into the thrift store business
Sure,
on the
sure.
ground level. So we needed something to kind of help support our vision and help the community at large in their endeavors too, because we're finding that women, especially in our age group, my age group, Laura's age group, is we're at that second act, and there really isn't a whole lot of opportunities out there for that. So we decided that there has to be more women and other people as well that need some sort of outlet. So the idea just kind of, we went to dinner and we talked about it. We said, if we could do this nonprofit, the Paramedic Resilience Society is my nonprofit, and then we decided to do the store. And I said, if we could do the store and have other people come in and help support our journey, then we could possibly make something happen. And it's turned out that that's exactly what is happening.
And they are making things happen. They are definitely, you're on the southwest corner of Marks and Bullard.
That's right.
Very close to Ovidio's restaurant,
Right.
so some people know that as a landmark as well. It's really easy parking, easy access. The prices, I am telling you what, and I've been around looking, and your prices are so reasonable, I believe. And knowing that it goes to help those who are helping others just makes my heart feel very good. Some of the vendors that you have that are there, and there may be people out in the community, because you still have space left for other vendors to come in. They rent a space, but then how much of that rental goes to the EMS?
What happens is, if they sell their product, we take a 10 to 15% commission, depending on what we have negotiated
Okay.
with the vendors. So that 10 to 15% goes back into the Paramedic Resilience Society Resuscitated is the store that kind of tied it in with the Paramedic Resilience Society and then Resuscitated. So it goes back into the funding. We're hoping to be able to start getting some scholarships out for individuals who want to become EMTs and EMTs who want to upgrade to paramedics. So
Yes.
we're really trying to get that going. We would really like to be able to start giving those scholarships in the next spring when the new semester of the new year starts. So
Oh, I think
we're
that's
looking really
fabulous.
forward to it.
So there's also within that part, there's also a thrift section. So explain how that's just a little bit different.
Well, the thrift section that's all that all the proceeds go towards our mission.
Okay.
So we're trying to establish more donations for ourselves because people don't know we're
Sure.
really around. So I have been purchasing items through estate sales, thrift stores, and to resell as part of Resuscitated, the actual nonprofit side of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when we sell things, the funding just goes back into our mission.
So, walking in, I mean, it's everything from furniture to the, home good accessories, clothing, shoes, you name it, it's there. I mean, artwork, they have it all. They have it all, and that's why it's so enjoyable, and you are greeted warmly every time you go in, which is great. One of the things is people don't understand the physicality of the job and why there is that need for people in that field.
There is a need because the majority of the ambulance providers in the Central Valley are private companies. You have the fire department and the police department who are government agencies, but the majority of your ambulances and your patient care providers are in the private sector. And when you have the private sector versus the government sector, your benefits tend to be significantly different. You're not afforded the same luxuries because the cities and the government, they can pool their benefits with other departments. So
Right.
that will lower the benefit cost to the agency. Well, the private sector doesn't have that ability. If they have 50 employees or 100 employees, that really takes a toll on what your premiums are. So the more people that you can get in with the benefits on the
Sure.
same level, it lowers your premiums. So that right there kind of gets us to where if we have a traumatic event, we don't accrue sick time and vacation time as generously as those
Sure.
agencies do. So we tend to kind of fall in the cracks, and a lot of that is just circumstances of the private sector. But the paramedics and EMTs of the private sector would never ask for help. So since I've been in it for so long, I just feel that to pay it forward and to leave EMS in a better place than what I found it.
Absolutely, and it's not just the part that they're physically working, but what they see and what they encounter. There's also that mental health piece of it too that needs to be addressed.
That's exactly it. It's when I stopped being an EMS, I was surprised by how touched I was with PTSD.
Sure.
It was a struggle for a while, but I was able to get into a program that was a clinical trial here in Fresno, which clinical trials for EMS people just really don't exist. First responders, and it was the Bridgeback program. It does counter strain, so that helped me significantly with my
Sure.
PTSD. And I also have a colleague who, when she started in EMS, it was in 2004, and I was her partner, and she was just, I think, barely 19 years old. So she has started a nonprofit as well. It's called, let me take a moment. Serve, Support, and Heal. So
Yes.
they do peer support
Mhm.
for the mental health aspect too. So we like to team up with them to help their mission, and they have helped our mission as well. So
Well, I tell you what, just being able to go to Resuscitated and know that just shopping there or even just making a simple donation is really important. Is there a specific address or a website where people?
We're currently working on our website. The store just took off and got ahead of us, so we didn't really have a time to
Yes.
do all of
Okay.
the websites and all that thing. So we are working on the website, and we will hopefully have a place to donate there. But our address is 3087 West Bullard Avenue in Fresno.
Right,
you
and
can-
on the southwest corner,
correct,
so.
and you can reach us there.
Absolutely. And what are your store hours? That's always important.
Well, right now our store hours are Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5, but we plan to expand those in the winter months.
Yes, during the holidays, because I can tell you what, it's going to be a great place to shop.
Hopefully. We have a very wonderful group of vendors. I can't stress enough on how blessed we are to have those individuals in our store that took a chance on us, that they really didn't know what to expect, and they took a chance on us, and we are very grateful for them. They work very hard. They are very behind our mission, and it's just nice to find another community outside of EMS that you can belong to.
Well, Kim Damico, I thank you so much for coming on the show today and talking about your store, the purpose of it. Not only is it significant part in being able to help in that area, but to have a great place to shop and be treated well when you come in. So again, that's Resuscitated, and this is Hope Roski with Business, Arts, and Events.